Hi. Well, I was at work. One day, I worked at a library and I was really bored and I wanted to do something. So I went online and I searched the 23 Minutes in Hell by Bill Wiese. I've never read the book, but I've read enough of his testimony thing and I just watched some YouTube videos about it. So I pretty much know his story. See, he was down in hell at 3 in the morning and for 23 minutes, and he was tortured there by these ugly, menacing creatures that were demons, but he didn't know they were demons because he went as like an unsafe person. And he says that in hell, your life is run by demons. And I read what he had to say about his 23 minutes in hell, and it was intriguing, and it was terrifying, and totally contradictory. And a lot of things he said made me mad. And this is one thing he said. He said, God has made mankind the highest form of creation, and these demons are the lowest form of creation. Okay, God did not create demons. Okay, they were once beautiful angels. That's what God created. And by their own choices and actions, they turned themselves into disgusting, evil, sinful creatures. God did not create demons. And so, when he returned from hell, he said God told him that hell was created for the devil and his angels, which is true. But the demons were torturing him in hell, and it's like, yeah, I think that would be hell because I don't really like the thought of being tortured by demons. But is that really hell for the demons? Because like they hate you, they're beating you up a lot, badly. So how is that hell for them? When you hate someone, you kind of like beating them up. Not that I would know, but I don't know. Okay, whatever. And see, that's only hell for the human, and it's heaven for the demons. Okay, so he gets beaten up, and he never dies because he never died. And yeah, but I don't believe this. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist, and I do believe there's going to be a hell, but there isn't a current hell because the Bible doesn't talk about an eternity of punishing. It's an eternity of punishment, which means the punishment stays for eternity, and God will not change his mind. It doesn't mean that people will be in hell forever, because the Bible just doesn't teach that. Forever means until the end of his life, you know. And there are, yeah, okay. And then, like, okay, say a person who lived like 34 years of sin and he was never saved, and then he went to hell, and he had to pay for all those sins that he made forever, even though he only lived 34 years. That wouldn't be fair. You know, our God is a just God, so why can't the 34-year-old just like suffer his what he did wrong for like another 34 years? I don't know. Maybe even less than that, because, you know, we're all sinners. But I don't think any of us really deserve to be burned forever. And he says that hell is in the center of the earth. And I think that's kind of funny because the center of the earth is like smaller than the surface. It has to be. And a lot of people have died in the past 6,000 years. And a lot of people have gone to hell then. So it's really crowded right now. And it's like, he's all like, you can't have human contact. There's no human contact. I'm like, well, it's crowded enough so you're contacting several humans around you. Maybe like they're piled up or something. I don't know. But, yeah, so that totally goes against God's just character. Yeah. And he goes on to say, there's no life in hell. No trees, no grass, no living thing. And then he continues to describe the demons torturing him. And like they're tearing his flesh, but there's no blood because life is in the blood and there's no life in hell. Like, that made me think a lot because I was all like, wait, don't souls go to hell? And souls don't have flesh, the body has flesh. I'm like, what do you believe anyway? What is the soul? The difference between the soul and the body and the spirit. And it's all like he can't breathe there because the air is really dry. He's just like, and is, why would you breathe if there's no life there? That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. And then, yeah. So either there is life in hell or there isn't. You can't have it both ways. Okay? And like, if there isn't life in hell, you wouldn't be alive. You wouldn't be breathing. And if you're a soul who died, you wouldn't have flesh. Okay? So, well, according to what I believe, the soul is, well, the body is the body, the spirit is the breath, and the soul is the body and the breath put together into one living person. Because obviously God made man into a living soul. He didn't give man a living soul. And I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense. He's like, hell was created for the demons to torture the unsaved. The flesh of your soul is torn, but you're alive the whole time to feel it, because you're alive in a place where there's no life at all. And he says God told him how he hated hell, yet hell was his own creation. God created hell. And I'm like, I can picture that, reading that in Genesis. God created hell and saw that it was bad.